welcome to CTV News at 6. We begin with breaking news at this hour. A plane has crashed at an air show in Cold Lake, Alberta. The pilot was killed. He's been identified as Bruce Evans.
Who cares?
The T-28 Trojan went down during a performance at the show. The spectator said the plane did a loop, inverted, and then dug straight down, hitting the ground. Well, after 3 days of intense searching, the body of a missing swimmer has been found in Port Stanley. Will Johnston had been missing in the waters off Port Stanley's main beach since Thursday. Leslie Moreau has been there all day and brings us more, including exclusive interview with the family.
An emotional end to a 3-day search for 18-year-old William Johnston of London.
I have closure, he's home.
His mother, siblings, aunts, and uncles have been at the beach day and night, waiting. William ran into trouble off the shores of Port Stanley Beach on Thursday afternoon while swimming with his girlfriend.
About 3:50 p.m., two swimmers were in the water and appeared to be in distress. Rescuers went into the water. Unfortunately, an 18-year-old male failed to make it back to shore.
Search and rescue teams from both police and fire spent 3 days combing the waters until a breakthrough this morning.
Today, the 17th of July, 2016, at approximately 11:30 a.m., the undercover search and rescue unit for the OPP located and recovered the missing swimmer.
His mother says she wants William to be remembered for the amazing young man that he was.
He was kind and gentle and loving. He would give his shirt off his back to help anybody. He loved his grandparents.
The family says now they can have closure and are thankful to all of those who helped bring William home.
All the strangers that have given us food and sent their support and prayers, I just have to thank all of you.
In Port Stanley, Celine Moreau, CTV News.
To Baton Rouge, Louisiana now, where 3 police officers were shot dead. 3 others have been wounded in what may have been another ambush of police in
That's what they get for shooting
And this
people.
just 10 days after the gunning down of officers in Dallas. With the latest, here's CTV's John Beneval.
That'd be funny. That's funny.
Once again in America, the words multiple officers shot flashing
That's
up on
funny.
the screen.
I don't care.
And the sound of gunfire as police responded to another attack, closing off an area of Baton Rouge after several fellow officers were killed. Along with a suspect.
One suspect is deceased. Multiple officers were shot. We do have some that have been killed.
From the air and ground, police scouring the area to make sure there weren't other gunmen. Mayhem that began at around 9 a.m. when police responded to a report of someone walking with an assault rifle near a shopping plaza. Witnesses say they heard as many as a dozen shots.
As soon as I was going outside, I could see shots fired everywhere. And then everyone just started running inside the building.
Some of the injured officers were rushed to hospital under heavy police guard. The suspect killed, reportedly described as a black male wearing a ski mask. Police said they were checking the area around him for possible explosives after an explosive few weeks in America filled with violence and racial tension.
I'm really stunned. I never was just stunned.
On Friday, a funeral was held in Baton Rouge for Alton Sterling, who was shot by police. A death that led to many angry protests, and police expressing concern about threats against them, especially following the sniper attack that killed 5 officers in Dallas. Asked if there was a connection to the latest shooting.
We're not sure of anything right now.
Louisiana's governor calling the killing of officers both an unspeakable and unjustified attack at a time when America needs unity and healing. John Beneval Brown, CTV News, Toronto.
And just so we know, U.S. President Obama responded to the information. Obama called on citizens to reflect their best selves in order to get through such turbulent times.
And that is why it is so important that everyone, regardless of race or political party or profession, regardless of what organizations you are a part of, everyone right now focus on words and actions that can unite this country rather than divide it further.
To Waterloo now, where it was a scene of absolute chaos last night when partygoers swarmed police as they were making an arrest outside a local bar. Police were responding to a bar fight at around 2 a.m. outside Brixton Social, a bar on University Avenue. It was while they tried to make an arrest that things escalated. Police say bystanders began shouting at them and then began filming the incident, pulling out their phones and holding them within inches of the officers' faces. Police say they had to call for backup. In total, 11 officers were brought to the scene. The incident ultimately ended with just one arrest. A 19-year-old Kitchener man who police say had a knife is now facing a weapons offense. London police are looking for witnesses following a fatal crash last night on Highbury Avenue. Police were called to the northbound lanes of Highbury, north of Commissioners Road around 11:15 p.m. for a single vehicle rollover. The female driver of the Chrysler Sebring was pronounced dead at the scene, and the female passenger was taken to hospital. Police did not disclose the extent of her injuries. Neither woman was from London.
Still under investigation. It's obviously just in its infancy, and there's a lot of witness statements, and our reconstruction team was out at the scene, and they're still processing that information as well.
And a 32-year-old man from North York is dead following a 3-car crash in northern Bruce Peninsula yesterday. 4 others were seriously injured. It happened at about 1:30 p.m. on Highway 6 between Johnson's Harbor Road and Emmett Lake Road. OPP say a Jeep Patriot and a Subaru Impreza crashed head-on. A Jeep Wrangler was involved. The driver of the Impreza was pronounced dead at the scene. Well, Turkish officials have now arrested 6,000 people in a wide-scale crackdown following Friday's failed coup by members of the military. The president of Turkey saying today he may recommend reinstating the death penalty. CTV's Paul Workman has more from Istanbul.
In a few violent hours, more than 250 people were killed in Turkey's failed coup. Their funerals have become public declarations of anger and political loyalty. Among the mourners today, Turkey's President Tayyip Erdogan, helping to carry the coffin of one of his aides. As mourners shouted, "We want the death penalty," Erdogan promised to consider. "We hear your request," he said. "The will of the people cannot be set aside." For the families of the victims, the Turkish flag has become a symbol of resistance. A country still shocked by the sudden rise and failure of what happened here. As Turkish people, we will not tolerate this kind of action, he said. We were born in democracy, we live in a democracy. Erdogan has embarked on a relentless purge. Thousands of soldiers and judges have been arrested. Today, the commander of a major air base was taken into custody, humiliated before the cameras and his country. And tonight, under a giant Turkish flag, Istanbul was in a frenzy of nationalism. Erdogan has warned there is still danger in the country, and the streets, he said, must be held in the name of democracy. There is much talk here now of cleansing the country. Erdogan has arrested thousands of members of the judiciary and the military. Many of his supporters are urging him now to go even further. Forward with CTV News, Istanbul.
And French police have arrested 2 more people in connection with Thursday's attack in Nice. Police say they have detained a man and a woman with ties to the attack, but have provided no details on their identity. 5 others have already been taken into custody, including the estranged wife of the suspect, Mohamed Bourret. Still ahead on CTV News at 6, high security being put in place in Cleveland as the city gets set for the Republican National Convention. The latest in the preparations. Forward today with a fair